On January 14th, Google launched something that makes your $299 a month SEO tool subscription look like a waste of money. And if you're still doing keyword research the old way, you're spending hours finding opportunities that this thing surfaces in seconds. I talked to a creator last week who used this to rank #1 on Google Discover within 12 hours. Not 12 days, 12 hours on a brand new piece of content. I'm going to show you exactly what Google launched, how to use it step by step, and the 4 ways people are already getting results with it. And the wildest part, it doesn't just find keywords, it tells you why people are searching them, and that changes everything about the way that you create content. So let's talk about what Google actually launched. Now here's how keyword research has worked for the last decade. You open Ahrefs or SEMrush, you type in a seed keyword and you get a list of related terms with search volume and difficulty scores. Then you manually dig through hundreds of suggestions trying to find something with decent volume and low competition. Takes an hour minimum, usually longer, and you're still guessing about intent. On January 14th, Google redesigned Google Trends with Gemini built directly into it. Now when you search a topic, AI does the digging for you. Here's what's changed. So you type in a broad term, let's say dog treat. Old Google Trends would show you a graph and maybe 5 related queries, and then it's up to you to figure it out yourself. The new Google Trends is built in with Gemini. It automatically suggests related terms you didn't think of. It compares up to 8 trends at once with visual cards. It shows you regional breakdowns, and here's the part that matters the most. It classifies each term by user intent. So instead of just seeing scientific dog treats as a rising query, you see that it's informational search. People want to learn, not buy immediately. That tells you to write a guide, not a product page. Or you see organic dog treats near me, flag as transactional. Those people have their wallet out, different content entirely. This used to require cross-referencing 3 different tools and making educated guesses. Now it's right in the interface. The creator I mentioned earlier, he was researching pet content. He typed dog treats into the new trend. Gemini surfaced scientific dog treats as a rising query with informational intent and low coverage. He wrote a comprehensive guide that afternoon, posted it. 12 hours later, #1 in Google Discover. Not because he's some SEO genius, it's because the tool told him exactly what to create and why. That's the shift. Google is now telling you what content it wants to rank. So there are 4 ways people are using this. So first, automated keyword discovery. Traditional keyword research is a grid. You start with seed terms, you export hundreds of suggestions, you filter by volume, filter by difficulty, manually check SERPs for each promising one. By the time you find something good, you burn 2 hours. Now, Gemini does the filtering for you. It surfaces rising queries and commonly searched terms that have momentum but aren't saturated yet. The surface now shows a trending now section that updates in near real time. When Gemini spots a query gaining traction, it flags it. You're seeing opportunities that won't show up in Ahrefs for another 2 weeks because their data refreshes monthly. And it's not just showing you the keywords, it's showing you the connections between them. So if you search Amazon advertising, it might surface DSP versus sponsored products as a related rising term. That's a content angle you never find just looking at search volume. SEO specialists on X are calling it a replacement for half their tool stack. One marketer posted that the commonly searched queries feature makes traditional keyword tools feel obsolete. That's strong language, but I've tested it. The speed difference is real. Now, for e-commerce brands, this means faster product content decisions. You're not guessing which variations of wireless earbuds to target. You're seeing exactly which terms are rising, which are plateauing, and which have intent that matches your funnel stage. So another way we're seeing this being used is content ideation, but at scale. Content planning usually starts with a brainstorm. So you move from keyword research, then competitive analysis, then finally writing. 4 separate steps, 4 different tools. The new Trends interface has a visual card layout that turns comparison into ideation. You're not just researching, you're building content calendars in real time. So here's the workflow people are using. So start with a broad topic. Let Gemini suggest comparisons. It automatically recommends related terms worth comparing. Now you're looking at 8 trends side by side, seeing seasonal spikes, regional interest, and rising subtopics. Each comparison is a potential piece of content content. Dog treats versus dog chews. That's a comparison post. Scientific dog treats spiking in Q1. That's a timely guide. Regional interest in homemade dog treats. That's a localized piece for specific markets. One agency reports building their entire Q1 content calendar in a single afternoon using this method. They used to spend a week on that process. The key is chaining queries. Don't stop at your first search. Let Gemini suggest the next comparison, then the next. You'll end up with 15 to 20 content ideas in 30 minutes, all backed by actual search data and not guesswork. So another use case is competitive analysis. Competitive keyword analysis traditionally means plug-in competitor domains into SEMrush, exporting their ranking keywords, and manually finding gaps. It's tedious and the data always slightly stale. With Gemini Trends, you compare brand terms directly to see real-time shifts in consumer interests. Let's say you're in a supplement space. You compare your brand terms against two competitors. Gemini shows you not just who's trending up or down, but why related queries are driving each brand interest. Maybe your competitor is spiking because of a specific product term you're not ranking for. Maybe there's regional interest you're not capturing. The connection Gemini surfaces the related queries users might miss. That's competitive intelligence that used to require expensive tools and manual analysis. One X thread showed a marketer using this to spot a competitor's weakness, rising interests in a product category where the competitor had no content. They filled the gap. Took 3 weeks to see traffic results. For Amazon sellers specifically, you can compare your main product terms against category leaders. See where interest is shifting. If portable blender is flat, but travel blender USB is rising, that's a listing optimization and ad target insight in one view. Now, this is where it gets exciting because you can integrate this with broader workflows. So most people treat Google Trends as a standalone tool. Check it once, get some data, close the tap, disconnect from everything else. The new version integrates with Google Workspace. You can export directly to Sheets, and it's part of a broader Gemini ecosystem that includes AI mode in Search and Notebook LM. Here's what the smart teams are doing right now. They start in Trends for discovery, they export all the promising terms into Sheets, then they use Gemini in Docs to outline content around those terms, then use AI mode in Search to check current SERP competition before publishing. It's an end-to-end workflow inside Google's ecosystem. No switching between 5 different paid tools. The data flows from research to creation to optimization without leaving the Google suite. Some agencies are combining this with ChatGPT for content generation, using Gemini for research and discovery, then ChatGPT for drafting. Hybrid approach that leverages the strength of each. So the practical move, set up a weekly trends check as part of your content process. 30 minutes every Monday. Export rising queries to a shared sheet. Assign content based on what Gemini surfaces. You'll catch opportunities your competitors missed because they're still using monthly keyword data. Now, let's look at what you should watch out for. This sounds like the perfect tool, and compared to what existed before, it's a massive upgrade, but it's not without its limitations. So 2 things to know. It's desktop only right now, and AI suggestions can miss nuances that human judgment catches. The desktop only limitation is temporary, but it is still annoying. If you're used to doing quick keyword checks on your mobile, that workflow breaks for now. Google will probably fix this, but as of today, you need to be on a computer. More importantly, this applies to any AI tool. The suggestions are based on patterns in data. Sometimes a rising query isn't actually an opportunity. It might be rising because of a news event that will die in a week. It might be rising in a region that you can't serve. Gemini doesn't know your business context. The intent classification is also imperfect. It's right most of the time, but I've seen it flag clearly transactional terms as informational. You still need sanity check results before building a whole content strategy around them. So you should use this as your starting point, not your final answer. Let Gemini surface opportunities, then apply your own judgment about which ones actually fit your business. The tool is fast, so use the time you save to think more critically about what to create. Now let's look at why this matters for 2026. For years, Google's been on the opposite side of the SEO game. They've made ranking harder, more competitive, more dependent on paid tools and guesswork. This now feels so different. Google is now actively showing you what content it wants. That's a fundamental shift in the relationship between creators and the search engine. Think about what's happening here. Google built AI that tells you what people are searching, how those searches connect, what intent drives them, and where interest is rising. Then they made it free. Why? Because Google needs good content to show in search results and AI overviews. If creators can find and fill gaps faster, Google's search quality improves. They're investing in supply side of content. And now this aligns with everything we're seeing: AI mode in search, the universal commerce protocol, Gemini everywhere. Google is rebuilding the entire discovery to purchase pipeline. Trend integration is one piece of that. The brands and creators who figure this out early get a compounding advantage. Better trends data means better content. Better content means better rankings. And better rankings means more visibility for your next piece. The cycle will build on itself. Knowing what content to create is only half the picture. Google recently announced something called the Universal Commerce Protocol, UCP. And it changes what happens after someone finds your content. Because under UCP, AI agents can complete purchases without customers ever visiting your website. The sale happens inside the AI interface. No site visit, no checkout page, just done. So you use Gemini Trends to figure out what to create, but if your product data isn't set up for UCP, it won't matter. The AI will recommend your competitors instead, not because their content is better, but because their backend is ready. I made a full video breakdown of UCP, what it means, and exactly what you need to change in the next 90 days. The link is on the screen just above. If you're running a 7 or 8 figure e-commerce brand, this video is not optional. Google just showed you the content playbook. Now go learn commerce playbook.